Hey, it's Joe from Garber. I just wanted to show you a little bit about what's changed from the previous generation premium package Enclave over to the Avenir here. This one's a white frost tri-coat. It does have the extras on it for the technology package, so you get the forward automatic braking and adaptive cruise control that can actually start and stop, so it's pretty cool. I'll bring you around from the side here. As you can see, we have the Avenir specific wheels on the side with the 20-inch wheels, and then inside you do get the Avenir specific interior color along with the piping and embroidered headrest. So this interior is only available on the Avenir package. Also on this one we have our Buick floor mats, which protect the floor from snow, salt, that type of thing. So it's pretty neat. Coming around to the front side of the vehicle, you can see that the whole design of it's been changed. It's actually on a brand new platform. The old Enclave's platform was about 9 years old, so it was time for a redesign, to say the least. We have a new design on our headlights here. They actually light up. This will actually glow pretty evenly across the side of the headlight, which is neat. And then you do get the HID bulbs and the LED running lights, along with your LED accent fog lights too. This Avenir trim will also give you front parking sensors. That's the little circles you see here. And actually, if you come around to the front grille here, you can always tell if they have the technology package because they have the little adaptive control here that's grayed out on this side. That's where your radar is actually at for your adaptive cruise control. You have a front-facing camera here that works on your surround vision, but also when you're backing out of a parking spot and you shift back over to drive, instead of having the backup camera be half with your surround vision being half the screen, the front camera becomes half of it as well. So you can even set a shortcut up on the screen for that to come up. So pretty neat stuff. Coming back around the side on this, you got your blinkers are actually in the mirrors as well. So as your blinker goes on, there's one that fires towards the back and one from the side. If you actually look inside the mirror here, it will give you the side blind zone alert that will light up in the corner. You see the little car here with the star next to it. So that will look and light up if someone's in your blind spot. Also, if you have your blinker on, it's going to look further back in the lane next to you and flash at you if there's someone that's rapidly approaching your blind spot. So it's pretty neat. As you can see, our key is all new. It doesn't have the old key to it whatsoever. Unless you ran out of battery, you do have the old way to get in your vehicle right here. So it's a lot slimmer in your pocket and pretty neat. Walking around to the back, this one, being an Avenir, does have two backup cameras on it. One being actually for your rear view facing camera. And actually, now that I've walked towards the back of the car, you can see I have a projector logo here on the ground. So if I give a kick underneath there, that will activate my liftgate too. So you can do completely hands-free to open or close it. This height is programmable, so although you have the knob that says full and 3/4, say you wanted your liftgate right here, you could actually program it there in case you had a low-lying garage door as well. So that's pretty neat stuff. You do have your backup sensors here. As I was saying before my logo came on, I wanted to catch that. It only stays on for about a minute. This does have a second camera here, which is your rear vision camera. So when you flip up your mirror, like you used to in the old cars to flip them up and have it dim, this one obviously has an auto dimming mirror. When you flip up that tab in the back, it actually shows you this backup camera, or this rear facing camera, which gives you a 300% wider field of vision than looking through the back window in the mirror. All these cars have really big pillars on them for rollover safety, so it gives you a bit of a blind spot. Not to mention if you get the family in there and load it up with a bunch of other stuff. So if you didn't want to use a hands-free kickgate, you could either hit it here on your key fob, press underneath here by your license plate, and that would lift up your liftgate as well. Coming inside here, we do have digital controls to raise or lower our seats, and we have a couple extra pieces here of our floor mats. One of the things I really like on this as an improvement is this space is really opened up. It's about 3 times deeper, and actually this will stay up here too, which is nice, so it's not knocking your hands or you're holding it up while trying to dig through your stuff there. These third row seats are power folding up and down, so I can just hit the switch here, choose for my seats to come up, and I don't have to reach for it. It's a little bit easier. So here I am up, and these headrests can lock up and down depending what you want to do, along with their up and down adjustment here. Fold it down. Again, I press it here. It's all with one hand, which is neat. The kids in the back aren't shorted for the electronics to start dying. They do have them on each side. And then one of the things I've always liked on these Buick Enclaves is for the person sitting in the middle, they still do get a 3-point safety harness. This bottom clip would come off. And then you're still able to stuff this back up top here and keep it out of the way when your seats are folded down. So it gives you the best of both a 4-person SUV and a 7-person. We come back in the side here. On this side, we're over to the vehicle where we still have an adjustable forward and back on it, but we don't have tracks anymore. One of the things that did change with this, actually, is when you, if you want to go get into the third row, you have to do that off the other side. They just have it on the one side. You still get where the seat will fold down flat, or you can go and adjust it up or down. You guys, if you look at this side, you can actually keep a car in the car seat with the latch system and not have to remove it anymore too, which is pretty neat. So for the slide to get in the back, you just pull right here, and you can still have a car seat in and get in the back, where the old style Enclave, you didn't have that option. Once you move your seat back, your seat rails are covered back up. You no longer have the fry catchers of the seat tracks that are in there. That's pretty neat. So really nice. If you look in the very back here, you can see you have heated seat controls for both your back seats. You actually have your full power climate controls here, so you can adjust separately from what the front two people have. You have a household outlet, 2 USB outlets again, so everyone can have all their devices charged up. It's pretty cool. In the back here, you can see we have our second row floor mats installed. We don't have the third row ones in quite yet. So hop on in the passenger seat. I'll show you a little bit more inside here. Now, one of my favorite upgrades on this new Enclave is going over to the push button start. So I can leave my key in my pocket, press the little button on the side of the door, it will open up automatically. If I put my foot on the brake and hit the start button, as long as I have the key inside the vehicle, it will start up for me. I still retain my dual zone climate control here. One of the newest things you'll notice here is I have this joystick style shifter. So I press this button on the side, pull it back, there's my drive. Reverse, I press the button on the side, go forward and left. So it's really neat. Now right here you can actually see our backup camera with the surround vision. We still have our grid line on the other side, which is pretty neat. And right here in the rear view mirror, you can see we actually have our rear vision camera on too. So if I flip this back down, you can see we have our regular adjustable mirror, but this gives you a much nicer range of view. So all I got to do to go into park is hit my button at the top. I don't move the shifter at all. By going to this style shifter, it's digital. They got rid of the mechanical link between the transmission and the shifter. As silly as it sounds, they found 2 decibels of noise savings on it, which when you're cutting down noise savings onto what this vehicle is, that's a pretty big savings in how far that they were going with it. Next to that, I got my wireless charging pad, 2 more USB ports, a headphone jack for a line in. You can hide your junk in the cup holders away with a simple press. You still do get a cavernous glove box in here for you to hide away your stuff. Underneath where the shifter used to run through, you can see we have a side storage here. We can open up. You actually have another charging outlet down there. But it's really neat to have some tissue or whatever else down there. Some ladies will throw their purse down there, which is a nice thing. On the radio here, we went to full touchscreen like we had before. It's a little bit more updated. This one, when you hit your home button on it, or you can set a shortcut up here, will actually take you over to where you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto with the projection. You can bring up your climate controls on here as well. Also, you can download apps. Here's my rear climate I can control in case the kid's in the back you want to lock out because they're messing with it, or if they're not old enough to adjust it themselves. Here's a little shortcut I was showing you where you can get your front vision camera. That only works up to certain speeds, but still a neat little shortcut for it. And then you can do everything by voice command in here. If you use an iPhone, you can talk to Siri or Android. You can use whichever voice command setup you have. Press your button on the steering wheel, say play playlist, play song, play playlist, and all that stuff. So it's pretty neat. All my steering wheel controls are here with my presets. This has the full large screen on it. It's only available on the Avenir. And here I have my miles per hour, and it's completely configurable to where you can have your trips and fuel economy showing, oil life percentage, tire pressures. So it's pretty neat. It gives you a lot easier field of view. You can even hit the left arrow and have your audio, your phone, or your navigation show. which is nice. Me, mainly, I leave it on the speed because it's easy. I got my heated steering wheel button here. Of course, I have my heated and my cooled seats. Additionally, I do have my memory seats here. I have power folding side view mirrors. If you're in a close parking spot or garage, you can fold those in, which is a pretty neat little feature to have. Sometimes even in the snow you can fold it. They are heated outside mirrors. On this side it is automatic dimming if someone's behind you with bright lights. So it's a really nice ride. Additionally, on this one I have the power tilt and telescopic steering wheel, which is remembered with my memory settings along with my side view mirrors and my seat. But one of the really cool things on this is it actually has automatic brights. So when I put on my brights, it will automatically come on, and as it sees cars coming at you, it will automatically shut the lights back down. And it works at a really good angle. They actually did the technology on it well, so it's pretty neat. Some of the other features here, I have my adjustment for my gap adjust on my adaptive cruise control here, so you can choose how close it rides the person in front of you. Additionally, that will even stop. It has pedestrian protection, so if it notices someone's walking across with two legs, it will actually hit the brakes to keep you from hitting them. So it's not just cars that it will do. It doesn't do it for deer, which actually the reason that they said is for GM's engineers is that it's actually safer to hit a deer than to try and stop and hit it slower and actually hit it at full speed and break it in half or however it would work, which just made no sense, but they do the engineering on it and have the data to back it up. So do have sunglass holder here, built-in garage door opener, the controls for my moonroof. Now all these with the moonroof have the dual pane, so the front one will open, the back one set as a skylight, but it's a nice big skylight. My little girl likes looking out of it all the time, out of her car seat. Some of the other cool technology on this is this does give you lane keep assist, which you can turn on and off. That's right here on your radio screen side. You can turn your parking sensors on and off. The trailer mode button on this, because this has a continuously variable suspension, when you hit this, will actually put it into sport mode as well. So that's kind of neat. And then also I can turn my all-wheel drive on or off right here, and it will switch over so you can get fuel economy savings too. So the new Avenir is definitely a cool ride. It's a lot of new technology on it, as just scratching the surface with it. But to recap, you get a lot more of the luxury features. The actual wheelbase has extended by 3 inches on the vehicle, which gives you a smoother ride. It's 1 inch wider, 2 inches longer. On the inside, you actually have more headroom, although overall the car is about an inch shorter. It doesn't even sit lower too. It's just a way that they found to fit more stuff in one space. Much quieter ride with some of the stuff like the new shifter. It has active noise cancellation on it, so people with the Bose noise canceling headphones that you hear of, it's that same technology just for your whole car. So pretty neat stuff. If you want to come in and drive one, come on in and I'd be glad to show it to you. Thanks.